soul is more than my clothes. This the truth, the power talk. Front line, about time, final hour thoughts. Vision is clear now, truth to the eye. Babylon showed her hand, exposing the lie. People kill where they at. There's no black and black crime, but they use the media to try to poison the mind. Put the woke back to sleep, keep the deaf, dumb, and blind. Reparations now, separation now. Cause every time we rise, they make laws to keep us down. How many children have to die, huh? To see they don't want us around, they left the babe inside our blood, future buried in the ground. Still we rise. We burst through the flames of the fire. Warrior spirit, make the devil retire. Elijah Farrakhan, they expose all the liars. Time to come together, build our own empire. You can't fool me with the propaganda. The devil used to bruise me with a stop and slander. Can't confuse me, now we got the answers. Masked up, red, black, green, bandanas. Yo, this is the path that we chose. Black rebellious soul is more than my clothes. This the truth, the power talk. Front line, about time, final hour thoughts. You can't fool me with the propaganda. The devil used to bruise me with a sloppy slander. Can't confuse me, now we got the answers. Masked up, red, black, green, bandanas. Yo, this is the path that we chose. Black rebellious soul is more than my clothes. It's the truth, the power talk. Front line, about time, final hour thoughts.
Peace, peace, peace to everybody under the sound of my voice. It says, Hop Harris said, how can we find this song? Family, this is my theme song, my Truth to Power Talk theme song. Y'all know the theme song. Hold on. Because he's talking about where can we find this song? Let me stop sharing my screen and hold on. You see this at the beginning of my Truth to Power Talk. So here we go. Look.
Let's combat and fight back with Meltrax. The war of the minds, they want control of the masses. And Common Core, they dumb us down in the classes. Without knowledge, we can't gain access. Build with the elders, take notes and write classics. We keep whining on the block, how it's gonna stop? Let's start supporting our own, make their supply drop. We buy stocks, then we buy blocks. Cause we know the truth and we tuned in to Dr. Maya.
See? So it's the same song. So if you go to any of my Truth to Power talks, like tonight is not a Truth to Power talk. It's just me logging online, sharing my thoughts about different things that's happening in the world around us. But if you go to any of my Truth to Power talks, you'll see it says like intro, outro song, and then there's a link to the song. And I actually think that I've been copying and pasting the wrong stuff in the description. So I'll make sure that I go back, but it should be there. And if it's not in the last like 4 or 5 ones, like go back to an older Truth to Power talk and you'll see it'll say intro, outro song, and then there's a link that you can click. But that's my theme song right there. But peace and love to everyone under the sound of my voice. I see how Paris is in the building. In Richardson, brother, I know who you are. You're in the building. Mr. Pirate Brain is in the building. Peace to Ja, who's in the building. Gabriel is in the building. A beautiful mind. Peace and love to you, beloved, is in the building. I say Ben Yael is in the building. Peace and love. Shalom, shalom to you as well, brother. My brother Steve from St. Lou is in the building. So peace and love to you. And let me see. What did you say, Hi Paris? You said you got to drop a title. Yeah, I think the brother has it on. I want to say he has it on Spotify. If you click the link, his name is Armaday. It's called Truth to Power Talk. He has it. I'm telling you, I think it's on Spotify. But yeah, I love it. I love it. You know, I called him and his wife, and peace be upon her soul. She transitioned like a year ago. So the sister that's singing in the song and, you know, and doing the ad libs, and then she did her home verse. She actually transitioned last April of 2021. So he lost his divine, I don't want to say lost, his divine complement transitioned last April. And so every time I like listen to the song, I feel some type of way. I feel moved, of course, but peace be upon her soul. But she was a talented sister, and she went by the name of Genesis Days. Check out her music on YouTube. Tight. Tight. Y'all got see now. Look, I want to talk about Stephen A. Smith, but now you got me thinking about her. This song right here. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but this is the husband and wife team that did the Truth to Power talk. I want to just um Genesis Genesis. Okay, hold on. I think here it is. Genesis Days. So this sister, extremely, like African centered um sister, and she's singing to her husband in this video. She's singing to her husband in this video. So this is the husband and wife team who created the theme song, the Truth to Power Talk theme song. So I'm only going to play a little bit of it until we see them together. But this one is hot. Like you already see how they come in with the culture, the drumming and all. But hold on, I'll play a little bit. But check her out. This the husband and wife team that did it. Oh, I'm over here jamming, man. Golly. And I knew it. Every time I do this, I share my screen and I share my audio. Somebody always in the chat, like no sound. Golly, I thought I did it. Let me take it back. Let me take it back, family. Hold on. Hold on. Y'all got it. I'm just gonna bump just the first verse, but y'all gotta check out her music. But this is the husband and wife team who created the Truth to Power Talk. All right, so here we go. Now tell me if you can hear it. I was jamming. It happens all the time. It happens all the time, family. But rest in peace, rest in power to Paula. Oh, you all hear it? Okay, cool, cool, cool. Peace to Davon. Davon, you know this couple. You know this couple.
When you kiss me, I feel like I could fly. No one can touch me. I'm too high up in the sky, soaring above the clouds. And I ain't never coming down off your love. Whoa. I can't deny, I feel the chemistry. You got my heart, 'cause you love me differently. I swear I see the sun, moon, and stars in your eyes. You show me who God is. That's why your love, your love, your love, your love is better than ice cream. Yeah, your love, your love, your love, your love is better than ice cream. You rule in the way that I move.
I'm just going to drop the link in the chat so that y'all could check out this girl's music. So I said that sadly she became, an ancestor last April. But her music, I'm telling you, I was literally at the repast and they were playing, like, we were all there, of course, celebrating her life. We were pouring libations and drumming and, and just praying and chanting. All of the sisters that you see in this video, we were all out there, like everybody was there, just paying homage to her and just her life, celebrating her life. And when they played this song, I'm not going to lie, family, I went right over to her husband, and his name is Ramsey. I said, Ramsey, when did y'all release this? She was like, he said, it been out for a year. And I was like, man. So I went right to YouTube, found it. And, the girl is just, she's just a talented, just a beautiful person, beautiful soul, talented soul. So definitely check out her music on YouTube. It's called Genesis Days. Genesis Days. So yeah, I did. I ain't gonna lie. In the middle of the repast, your girl, Dr. Ma, was right over there like, where's this cut? Where can I get this cut from? Not to be rude, but that's what I did. But make sure you check it out on YouTube. This is the link. I will drop it in the chat, family. I will drop it in the chat. And so that was the husband and wife team who created the Truth to Power Talk theme song, show, theme song for my show. And so shout out to them. So anyway, peace and love to everyone under the sound of my voice. I see you all in the building. Goddess Yemaya is in the building. I think I saw King Simon drop in. I think I saw him. I see Virgo Venom is in the building. Brother Rob, brother Richardson. I see Brother Donald Butler's in the building. Brother Rob Morrow is in the building. Yep, I did see King Simon. Hap Harris is in the building. Mr. Pirate Brain is in the building. Davon. I always say he's the RBG fashion guru. He's in the building. I see Gabriel's in the building. And so thank you so much, family, for tuning in. Tonight, you see the discussion. You see the title. Tonight, we're going to be talking about Stephen A. Smith and how he defended Massa Jerry Jones. Family. For those who don't know what I'm talking about and what's going on, let me pull this over here. So Massa Jerry Jones. Okay, here we go. Massa Jerry Jones, and Jerry Jones is the NFL owner of the Dallas Cowboys. A photo was leaked by the Washington Post. You know how folks are, white folks are. When you offend somebody, they try to expose you, and we do that crap too now in the black community. We do everything that white folks do. So they when they get mad at each other, they weaponize the media. They start exposing you. And so that's what happened with Massa Jerry Jones. So Massa Jerry Jones must have ruffled someone's feathers. And so the Washington Post released this 1957 photo. This is him right here. He was a 14-year-old boy at the time, getting ready to turn 15. And so there were 6 black students who were attempting to integrate his high school on September the 9th, 1957. And so you see that you have these, this pack of thugs, okay, tried to prevent these 6 black students, from entering the high school. Now, Jerry Jones claims that he was just there to spectate. He said he was just there as a spectator. He said that he didn't mean any harm. He was just an onlooker. He said he wasn't there with the gang. But it also says in this article that a coach advised these guys not to be there, not to go to the front. But despite the coach's directives, the guys still went to the front to see what was going on and to block these guys from entering. Now, Jerry says that he wasn't a part of this pack of thugs who were, and I'm just being funny right now. I'm trolling. I got to be honest. Because isn't that what they do to us when we get together and something happens? It's a pack of thugs and gangs. So I'm just using the language they use, right? Just being funny. But they are thugs. But anyway, so you had this pack of thugs who were trying to prevent these black students from entering the high school. And Jerry says he was just an onlooker. Now, I want to use this analogy. If I was at a bank and I was there with 3 people and they were robbing the bank and I was just there, I would be considered guilty, right? Or part of the crime scene, right? Because I was there. I may not have ran in the vault and grabbed any money or put a gun to a teller, but if I was there, then I'm also guilty, right? Isn't that what they say? So Jerry, I don't think that that's a good excuse for him to say, "Oh, I was just looking, I was just spectating." You were right there amongst the pack of thugs like everyone else. And so, anyway, family, what I noticed is that as soon as this photo dropped, I set out my mouth. I'm telling you, you can go back and listen to the live stream a few days ago. I said, them black folks going to come out the woodworks to defend Massa Jerry Jones. And sure enough, what happened? Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith came out here, right? Ran out there. You know how they do. Boy, they didn't defend Kyrie. Didn't defend him, boy. But with Jerry, Massa Jerry Jones, they defended him with all of their might. I mean, I seen dudes come out the woodworks. Well, you know that Jerry, you know, he did a lot of things, Dr. Ma'at, for the players on the team. Some of them brothers were, combating mental illness, and he looked out for them. Some of them had drug addictions, and he looked out for them, and he fought for players. And I'm sitting there looking at them like, you fool. Do you remember during the times of chattel enslavement, you had some slave masters? They wanted to make sure that their captives, right? Their captives, because we got to get out of the habit of saying slaves, but their captives were healthy. Why did you want to make sure your captives were healthy? Because you wanted your captives to continue to produce, right? So you made sure they had the minimum amount of food that they needed, and you gave them some clothes or whatever. I was told that it was one pair of slacks, but anyway, you gave them something to cover themselves with, right? And then you also gave them some food and gave them a shack to live in. You gave them the bare minimum because you wanted to make sure you had healthy captives to continue to cultivate those cash crops for you, right? Well, the damn NFL is no different. So you're telling me, well, he did good stuff for them black players. He paying them. He paid, look at that. He paying them millions of dollars, Dr. Ma'at. He made sure that they, if they were struggling with drug addiction, he helped them out with that and their mental health issues. And of course, I just viewed that as him, him just protecting his products, his property. He making sure they're property to him. Y'all think he viewed these brothers as this is property. This is, you get what I'm saying? This is a business. Football is a business. And he want to make sure these players who are making them, this man is worth $11 billion. He has an $11 billion net worth. He wants to make sure he makes money. So in his business, you got to make sure your players are what? Healthy. So you daggone right. If you on drugs, I'm going to make sure that you get some counseling for that. Because I need you on that damn field to make me some money, nigga. Come on. I need you on that field to make me some money. So if you're battling mental health, you daggone right, I'm going to bring in counselors. I'm going to bring in counselors to make sure that you're good because I need you on that field, nigga, to make me some money. Let's not get it twisted here. But you have Massa Jerry Jones apologists. Oh, he was only 15, 14. He wasn't even 15. How many of us have done some things and been in some places? This is what the coon meal is saying. This is the coonery that's going on, family. Well, he was only 14 at the time. I mean, y'all are really going to dig up something from 65 years ago to be mad at? I said, damn. I wish young black youth got a pass like that. I wish young black youth got a pass like that. Oh, young black youth can't catch a lick, man. Young black youth, soon as we do something, it's, well, man, that's how they are. They lock you up, throw away the key. They don't get passes like that. They don't say, well, when the person did this at this particular time, he or she was only 14. They were young. There may have been some environmental factors that contributed to some of the decisions that they made. Some of these decisions were made out of survival and necessity, given the environment we never get excuses. But he's getting the young pass, the youth pass. Oh, he was only 14 at the time, Dr. Ma'at. You really holding him accountable for that, Dr. Ma'at? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am holding him accountable. No different than they hold young black youth accountable for the decisions they make, the decisions we make at the ages of 14 and 15. and you want to give him a pass. And then it's us. Well, I'm not going to say it's us. It's people who look like us, right? Who giving him the passes. They didn't come out and defend Kyrie like that. They came out and they bashed Kyrie. And all Kyrie did, goddammit, was tweet a link to a documentary, not a documentary that he created, not a documentary that he that he said, you know what, I agree with everything. He didn't even say anything. All he did was tweet a link to a documentary. And then you have Shaq, Charles Barkley, right? I feel like I'm missing some people. Shaq, Charles Barkley, even LeBron didn't really, Then you had who else? Who else, y'all? Tell me in the chat. I know it was Charles Barkley and Shaq for sure. And then initially Shannon Sharp came out and he was condemning him as well. Then he said, oh, he came to his senses and said, oh, I think the punishment is too much and all of that. But you had Shannon Sharp go at him. You had Charles Barkley. You had Shaq. LeBron didn't step up. All of this stuff was happening, family. But then when it's Massa Jerry Jones, he gets a pass. They make up a zillion and one excuses. Al Sharpton, thank you. Thank you, Rob. Al Sharpton. But when it's Massa Jerry Jones, we sick, boss? We sick? No, we got to protect the boss at all costs. We got to protect the boss at all costs. I want to say that again. We got to protect the boss at all costs. I said, damn. So Stephen A. Smith right there. Let's check him out. Let's check out his reaction, family. Hold on. Let me look. Let me make sure. Well, tell me if you all don't hear it. He's lying. He said it was 65 years ago, and he said he had no idea what they were going to walk up there and do. In the Washington Post article, it states that they knew what was going on because a coach had warned them not to go up there. A coach had already told them what was going on and told them to stay away from the front door. And so now he's saying he doesn't remember. His decisions are made for business reason and not race. So you're telling me that black men just aren't qualified to be coaches? Did y'all hear this stuff? Like maybe I need to take the goddamn blue pill and go back to sleep. Do y'all hear this stuff? So Jerry said it was 65 years ago. We didn't know what we were doing. That was a lie. And then two, he's saying that he never hired a black coach, and it's not because of race. It's because of business purposes. So Jerry, are you saying that there aren't any qualified black men to be coaches? Of course. They do it all the time to us. Remember they leaked those photos of remember they leaked those photos. Oh, this says unmute. What do you mean unmute? You all can't hear it? Oh, somebody said the audio is fine. Somebody said the audio is fine. Some people say can't hear, low audio. I mean, that's all I can do, family. That's all I can do. They're probably trying to flag me right now. Oh, some people saying no sound. Yeah, the sound is on. The sound is on. They may be flagging it right now, to be honest with you. Can you all still hear me? Can you all still hear me? Oh, you can't hear the video and the audio sound low. Some people saying the audio sounds fine. Some people saying unmute. So, they may be flagging this video. Oh, so basically he's saying right now how he's pissed off. He's saying right now he's pissed off, and he's saying that Jerry didn't deserve it. He's saying, Jerry was, 14, 15 at the time. That whole excuse. And he's saying, why would they go back and they leak a photo like this? That's what he's saying, basically. And I just was paraphrasing, but that's what he's saying. And matter of fact, let me drop the link in the chat so maybe you can play it on your end. We're gonna get through this. We gonna get through this.
No question.
Hold on. I'm going to drop it in the link. I'm going to drop it in the chat. Click on this link, fam. So, yeah, some people saying they only hear me. Yeah, they didn't flag this video. Of course they would. So what I'll do is I won't share the audio. God dang it, man. You can't win for losing, man. All right. So I just dropped the link in the chat, y'all. I just dropped the link in the chat. You said that was it, King Simon? Tell me what you mean by that was it, King Simon. They flagging me, King Simon? Yeah, Night Rod, it's real. They censoring hard, man. King Simon, what do you mean that was it? Oh, someone said I heard it. All right, so let's try this again, family. Let's try this again, because some people said they didn't hear it. I'm going to start at the 2-minute mark where he's just like mad. I'm mad. I'm mad about this. And he was 14, 15. So let's see, family. Oh, man, it's only 2 more minutes. Come on. Let me know if you can hear it.
What was happening is not something that anybody as a black person should be appreciative about. We had 6 students at that particular North Little Rock High School that was trying to desegregate the school.
No one should be okay with it.
Nobody should be okay with that.
Regardless of
We
race.
understand that. We get all of that. We also understand what we as black people and as black folks, black men have to deal with. And by the way, to some degree, we still deal with a lot of things, and we all know it. Racism is alive and well. Bigotry and prejudice is alive and well. We get all of that. What I'm saying is, here's the part that bothers me. You want to get on Jerry Jones and his track record, fine. In 2003 or so, you know what? You should have hired, Dennis Green shouldn't have got an interview on the phone. It should have been an in-person interview. Right. You should have followed the letter of the rule of the law as it pertained to the Rooney Rule. He wanted Bill Parcells, universally recognized one of the greatest football coaches we've ever seen. It was clear he wanted Bill Parcells. Nobody else was going to have a chance of getting that job. That's what he wants to do. You want to malign him for that? Fine. You want to point out that he's one of 7 black NFL owners that's never hired an African-American as a head coach? Fine, do all of that.
But doesn't that speak volumes, though, for how he views black men, though? Like, you hear all of this, and he's like, I'm very, so he started his statements with, he's fond of Jerry Jones. He said, I'm letting that be known. I'm fond of Jerry Jones, right? And then he's saying that, okay, yeah, we know that his record, he doesn't hire black coaches. In spite of that, I'm still fond of I'm still fond, I'm sorry, of a white dude, right? Who doesn't see black men fit or qualified to be coaches, right? But you're still fond of him, Stephen A. Smith?
Attack him for that. Go ahead, no problem. I see a plethora of African Americans employed by him. I see black players who've played for him who rave about this man and what he's done for them on a personal level. But if you...
Do you hear this? So now he's saying, well, do you hear what he's saying? He's saying, Oh my gosh. So, yeah, I mean, look at all the black people he hired. I mean, even though he didn't put us in leadership positions, but look at all the black people. Of course he hired them. Of course he hired black people. Black people, he's not doing black men a favor by hiring him. He's making money off of these brothers. Let's not get it twisted. He's making money off of these brothers. So he's saying he employed a lot of black people. Well, that's where the talent is. And he's making money off of these talented brothers. And then he said that Jerry helped these brothers out on a personal level. Of course, Jerry helped them on a personal level when some of them were battling drug addiction and mental illnesses. You want to know why? He wants to make sure that their asses is on the fucking field, right? To make them some money. Let's not get it twisted. This is business. This is business. So them black players don't owe him nothing. He made billions off of these players.
You want to go by his hiring record when it comes to head coaches. No problem. Can't go the executive route because we know it's him. You know what I'm saying? You want to be the president, the GM, the owner. You want to do everything. And then he's got his children that he leads on as well. So you can't go the executive route. But you want to get on him about the head coaches, fine. But you're going to bring up a photo of him when he was 14.
Yes. Yes, we are going to bring up a photo of him at the age of 14, 15. They do that with all of us. Think about those old photos that have surfaced of Dr. King. You don't remember when the FBI, King Simon, help me out now. Remember with the FBI, they had dropped, the photographs of Dr. King. You don't remember when he was in the jacuzzi. Come on, y'all. They released those photos where he was in the jacuzzi smoking the cigar, and he had the white girls, and they were saying he liked white prostitutes. They do that all the time to us, bring up old photos and stuff and put it out there. But then when a photo drops of one of them, it was 65 years ago. Thank you, Rob. Rob said Emmett Till was 14 when he was killed. Come on now. And what about, I'm looking at the other brother. He was a young boy. He was 11. He was the first person to get executed. I'm having a brain freeze. Was it George Steeney? Tell me in the chat. He was 11. He was 11.
15 years old. 65 or 66 years ago. This is where cancer culture gets into.
Thank you. Thank you. Rob also talked about the 4 little girls who were murdered. Remember when they threw in the church bombing, right? They were 14 and younger. George Steeney, thank you, Knight Rider. Tamir Rice, 12. Thank you. Come on now. And you want to, he was 14. He was 14. You think we care about that? Our children getting violated at 14 years and younger. And you think we care about that?
To the mix, and you're making an attempt to eradicate him, what he stands for, and all he has done. I will remind you,
we're not making an attempt to no. He's being exposed for who he is. It's not right. No, he's being exposed for what and who he is.
Had Senator Robert Byrd, who passed away a few years ago. That was a member of the KKK.
Oh boy. So I think that was it. It was only like a 4-minute clip, but the coonery goes on. It goes on and on and on. But this, I'm telling you, after I listened to Stephen A. Smith, after I listened to him, I started thinking about our beloved ancestor, Malcolm X, who talked to us about the house Negro and the field Negro. I know a lot of us think that these plantation personalities no longer exist, but they do. It's nothing new under the sun, family. The same types of personalities you see right here in 2020 are the same types of personalities that existed back then. I remember my older cousin, she says this often, and I remember the first time she said this to me, it resonated with me. She said, human behavior is consistent. Human behavior is consistent. The stuff that we see now in 2022, you think, it's just getting worse out here. Now, granted, some things, yes, you look at some stuff and you're like, people off cold doing certain things. Absolutely. But let's not act like these behaviors are new. It may not have been The behaviors that we see today may not have been as, I guess, prevalent, right? In the past as they are today, or we see a lot of it, you know what I mean? Or pervasive. You get what I'm saying? As pervasive. I don't know about prevalent, but I think pervasive was the word I was looking for. So these behaviors may not be as, I guess, prevalent or pervasive as they are today, but they were there because human behavior is consistent. So these dudes like Shaq and Charles Barkley, even your precious LeBron James, even your precious Kanye. You guys say, Dr. Mod, she geeking. Why she talking about your precious? People was defending Kanye. I'm sorry, Kanye. They were defending him. And now you see he running around with alt-wing or alt-wing folks. He running around with known white supremacists. They photograph talking about, yeah, I want to get him I'm running for president and I want him on my team. He's aligned himself with them. So you got black folks on the internet. I'm telling you, they was, defending Kanye, defending him. And now he out taking pictures. He out here taking pictures with known white supremacists. And y'all defended him. Got mad at me when I called him out. I was on Dr. Boyce Watkins' platform of 2 Fridays ago. Go back and listen to it. And we talked about black men being attacked in the media. And I said to Dr. Boyce Watkins, I can pull the clip. I said to Dr. Boyce Watkins, I said, Doc, on your Instagram, you said that Kanye was B1. He was black first. And I said, I totally disagree with you. And I said, just look at his wife. It's no way in hell you can call yourself a black first person and you didn't marry a Yorugu. Cut it out. I said that on his platform. And here we are 2 weeks later. Kanye has aligned himself with known white supremacists. All right. So anyway, going back to my initial point, human behavior is consistent. What we see today has always existed. It has. We may not have seen certain behaviors in abundance, but it was there. You think horse behavior just started in 2022? Oh my goodness, whore culture. Now, was it a culture, a whore culture that existed? Not on this level, but let's not act like it didn't exist, because it did. You always had it. My grandma told me about certain women and what they did back in the day. My grandma had those conversations with me before she transitioned. This stuff has always been around. Cheating wives, cheating husbands. It's always been there. People having babies and unmarried. It's always been there. Just like the house Negro and the field Negroes. It's always been there. We've always had the house Negroes and the field Negroes. We're having a field Negro meeting tonight, Ashay. We the ones that's running away. We the ones like, we don't want to be here. We the ones having the field Negro. We're convening right now. But Stephen A. Smith, Shaq, LeBron, Kanye, all of them are in the house. They're in the house, family. And so I want to play this clip of Dr. King. I'm sorry, Dr. King. Malcolm X. I'm sorry, family. I still have him on my mind from earlier, those damn pictures. When they started talking about pictures, I'm like, man, they got the nerve to talk about that. They tried to tarnish Dr. King's, reputation with those pictures, and wiretaps, illegal wiretaps and pictures. Like, cut it out. But anyway, I want our beloved Malcolm X to describe to you the house Negro and the field Negro. Let's listen to what he had to say.
To understand this, you have to go back to what young brother here referred to as the house Negro and the field Negro. Back during slavery, there was 2 kinds of slaves. There was the house Negro and the field Negro. The house Negro, they lived in the house with master. They dressed pretty good. They ate good because they ate his food, what he left. They lived in the attic or the basement, but still they lived near their master. And they loved their master more than the master loved himself. They would give their life to save their master's house quicker than the master would. The house Negro, if the master said, we got a good house here, the house Negro said, yeah, we got a good house here. Whenever the master said we, he said we. That's how you can tell a house Negro.
Isn't that them? I love that Knight Rider. Knight Rider said, ain't that them? Facts. Isn't that them? Isn't that Stephen A. Smith that he's describing? And Kanye and LeBron and Shaq and Charles Barkley, aren't they in the masses' house? Living comfortable, aren't they? Eating the food, got a nice fat bank account, wearing the clothes, right? Isn't he describing them to the T right now? Keep listening.
If the master's house caught on fire, the house Negro would fight harder to put the blaze out than the master would.
What do you want?
Want a job that I don't hate.
If the master got sick, the house Negro would say, what's the matter, boss? We sick. We sick. He identified himself with his master more than his master identified with himself. And if you came to the house Negro and said, let's run away, let's escape, let's separate, that house Negro would look at you and say, man, you crazy.
Isn't that what's going on? They think we crazy, family. Don't they? Let's separate. No, what you talking about separate? I live in a mansion, right? Isn't that what? They living in a mansion. Their children are in predominantly white private schools, bank accounts. They multi-millionaires. They like, what? What are you talking about? Y'all over there talking that black power stuff, that liberation. Yeah, liberate. What you talking about? I am liberated. Think about it. Go to Shaq right now and tell him we in a war. He would laugh at you. We fighting a war, man, against the white. They would laugh at you. What war? They say my children are in private schools. They're riding around in Bentleys and Rolls Royces and Lamborghinis, right? Multi-millionaires. What you talking about? Get away? No, I'm not going nowhere. Listen to him.
What you mean separate? Where is there a better house than this? Where can I wear better clothes than this? Where can I eat better food than this? That was that house Negro. In those days, he was called a house nigger. And that's what we call him today because we still got some house niggers running around here. This modern house Negro loves his master. He wants to live near him. He'll pay 3 times as much as the house is worth just to live near his master. And then brag about, I'm the only Negro out here. I'm the only one on my job. I'm the only one in this school. You nothing but a house Negro. And if someone come to you right now and say, let's separate, you say the same thing that the house Negro said on the plantation. What you mean separate? From America? This good white man? Where you gonna get a better job than you get here? I mean, this is what you say. I ain't left nothing in Africa. That's what you say. Why, you left your mind in Africa. On that same plantation, there was the field Negro. The field Negro, those were the masses. There was always more Negroes in the field than there was Negroes in the house. The Negro in the field caught hell. He ate leftovers. In the house, they ate high up on the hog. The Negro in the field didn't get nothing but what was left of the insides of the hog. They call them chitlins nowadays. In those days, they call them what they were, guts. That's what you were, a gut eater. And some of you all still gut eaters. The field Negro was beaten from morning till night. He lived in a shack, in a hut. He wore cast-off clothes. And he hated his master. I say he hated his master. He was intelligent. That house Negro loved his master. But that field Negro, remember, they were in the majority. And they hated the master. When the house caught on fire, he didn't try and put it out. That field Negro prayed for a wind, for a breeze. When the master got sick, the field Negro prayed that he died. If someone come to the field Negro and said, let's separate, let's run, he didn't say, where are we going? He said, any place is better than here. You got field Negroes in America today. I'm a field Negro. The masses are the field Negroes. When they see this man's house on fire, you don't hear these little Negroes talking about our government is in trouble. They say the government is in trouble. Imagine a Negro, our government. I even heard one say our astronauts. They won't even let him near the plant. And our astronauts, our Navy, that's a Negro that's out of his mind. That's a Negro that's out of his mind. Just as the slave master in that day used Tom, the house Negro, to keep the field Negroes in check, the same old slave master today has Negroes who are nothing but modern Uncle Toms, 20th century Uncle Toms, to keep you and me in check, keep us under control, keep us passive and peaceful and nonviolent. That's Tom making you nonviolent. It's like when you go to the dentist and the man is going to take your tooth. You're going to fight him when he starts pulling. So they squirt some stuff in your jaw called Novocaine to make you think they're not doing anything to you. So you sit there, and because you got all that Novocaine in your jaw, you suffer peacefully. Blood running all down your jaw. And you don't know what's happening because someone has taught you to suffer peacefully. The white man do the same thing to you in the street. When he gonna want to put knots on your head and take advantage of you and don't have to be afraid of you fighting back, to keep you from fighting back, he get these old religious Uncle Toms to teach you and me. They're just like Novocaine, suffer peacefully. Don't stop suffering, just suffer peacefully. As Reverend Cleave pointed out, let your blood flow in the streets. This is a shame. And you know he's a Christian preacher. If it's a shame to him, you know what it is to me. Because nothing in our book, the Quran.
All right, family. I won't play the whole thing, but I wanted him to break down what is a house Negro and what is a field Negro, because we still have these personalities in the community right here in the 21st century, family. That's why I don't get pumped up when people start, you know how like when and I actually had a debate with one of my good friends. This was this past Saturday. And I was telling him, because he was commending certain people for being billionaires. I don't share that foolishness, if you notice. Oh, Kanye became a billionaire, or oh, LeBron is a billionaire, or Jay-Z is a billionaire. Because when they say that, when they announce that these dudes are billionaires, I always ask the question, billionaires for who? Billionaires for who? If you are not using your resources, right? Your resources to heal and advance our community and push us in the direction of freedom and sovereignty, I don't care about your billions. I don't respect that. I don't respect your social economic status. Now, if you're using your social economic status, you said put the link in the chat. I got you, Malik X. I got you. I'm getting ready to do it right now. Now, if you're using your social economic status, okay, to heal and advance our people, then yes, I respect that. But I'm not one of those black people who run around, so-and-so just became a billionaire, as if that's a win for black people. It's not a win for black people unless that black billionaire is using his or her resources to repair or heal and advance our communities. If you're not using your billionaire status to do that, then I don't respect that. I don't respect that. I don't respect that. And neither should you. I don't respect people who don't use their fame for good. I don't respect that. Oh, so-and-so. No, I don't respect that. I don't respect that. And so a lot of these billionaires, it's like, I remember reading the book, $40 million Slaves. Hell, they need to make a $1 million slaves, right? That's what I think it was called. $40 million slaves or $1 million slaves. You all know what I'm talking about. I read that book years ago. But it talked about that $40 million slaves. I think it's 40 million. Tell me in the chat, y'all. But I read that book years ago. They're just captives. Can't say what they want to say, or else they're going to lose their endorsements. Nike will cancel you, Adidas will cancel you, right? Scared to talk. And you want me to commend these people for amassing billions, and you can't come out and say anything? Look at your black billionaires. Can you name your black billionaires who stepped up to defend Kyrie? Name a black billionaire that stepped up to defend them. Go ahead, I'll wait. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat, family. Name a black billionaire who stepped up in defense of Kyrie, and who stepped up and said, you know what? Yeah, Jews really do run Hollywood. And yeah, name one. Name one. Your precious Jay-Z. He's not saying anything. You haven't heard anything from him. Thank you, Daniel. He said $40 million. Thank you. You had your precious Jay-Z. I know we love his music. I got reasonable doubt. I think it's a classic. Came out in 96, 97. I still bump it. But the reality is everybody he a billionaire, so-and-so a billionaire. They don't have our backs when stuff happens in this country. They don't have our backs when stuff pops off in this country. We by our damn selves. And y'all running around putting this stuff on Instagram. So-and-so is a billionaire. Who cares? If so-and-so is not using his billions, his money to heal the community and advance the community, who cares about his social economic status? And one of my friends on Saturday, he was like, well, that just inspires, you can't knock these people for becoming billionaires, because them making billions and becoming billionaires, that inspires the next generation, to become billionaires and to know that it's possible. So don't knock it. That's what he was saying. And my retort to him, or my rebuttal to him, is, what example are these billionaires setting for the next generation? You can only become a billionaire if you comply. You can only become a billionaire if you will allow them to control you, to control what you say and what you do and who you affiliate with and what you watch and what you post and what you tweet. That's not freedom. So anyway, family, I'm going to drop the link in the chat for you to come on in. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your opinions. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I want to hear from you. I'm rocking my reparations for Black people shirt. I think the name of the organization who has it. Look at the sleeve. I love this sleeve. It says cut the check. Cut the check on the sleeve. Rocking my reparations for Black people. Black society's top priority is economic empowerment. Shout out to Be More Codified. Shout out to Be More Codified. But I'm dropping the link in the chat, family. Come on in and let me know what you think. All right. If no one comes in, I'll end the live stream. But usually some people click the link and come on in. So what are your thoughts on Stephen A. Smith and others defending Massa Jerry Jones? King Simon, click the link and come on in, King. I see Brother Rob. Peace and love to you, Brother Rob. You have the floor. Go ahead and speak your mind.
Yeah, hold on one second. Hold on one second. Hold on.
All right, Mr. Pirate Brain is in the building. I see Brother Malik X is in the building. Brother Rob, you need to get off of the other live stream because it's like you click the streamline to the StreamYard link to come in here, but you still have my YouTube video playing. So you gotta exit out so you don't have two different things going on. Okay.
That's what I did. That's what I did, sister.
Oh no, not you, Malik, not you, brother.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Brother Rob. You have the floor.
Yeah, my apologies for that. Thank you. Peace, everybody in the chat room. Peace to the brothers on the chat. It's really interesting because it's like, let's go back into this whole. Let's go back to this whole Jewish thing.
All right.
I remember growing up. The Jewish community, ADL, B'nai, whatever they were called, these people were hunting the soldiers of the Nazi soldiers who ran the concentration camps. And we're talking about soldiers who are in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, still holding them accountable. You know what I'm saying? So this is a situation where, you look at a photo, and we discussed this on Saturday. And I think there was one brother who was a supporter of the Cowboys, a Cowboy fan, and he felt like this whole scenario of him not hiring any Black coaches was mean, or basically what he said was that he was against the kneeling, calling Kaepernick kneeling because it was more as a money thing. Mm-hmm. Well, regardless, the fact of the matter is, you look at that photo, you need to understand that was a time where, integration and Black folks trying to integrate in the schools, and they were getting their butts beat for it. You know what I'm saying? He was 14, but guess what? So were those 4 little girls. So was Tamir Rice. So was Emmett Till, as I mentioned before. And the fact of the matter is, if he had, regardless of what he says, of course he's lying because he didn't know anything about it. You know what you was doing. You know exactly what you was doing, and that reflects on the consistency of how some people's racial attitudes reflect. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's no longer about being called the N-word or having a cross burn on your lawn. You can still hire Black folks and be racist, have these racial connotations, still dig deep within yourself. And the point is, my point is that I lost my train of thought. My point is that if Jerry Jones really understood what was going on, he would have talked about this. He would have took care of it right around the time when he was hired, or not hired, when he bought the Dallas Cowboys. That was back in 1989. If he was really sincere about looking as if he has some little bit of empathy. He would have talked about that time when he was sitting on the steps. But no, 40 years later, 40 going on 50 years later, this photo pops up. And now he's trying to scramble to cover his ass. Oh, I didn't know I was fighting. No, you know exactly what you were doing. And also, there was a discussion of how people were questioning, especially the ones who were defending Jerry Jones, questioning the timing of the photo, saying that Jerry Jones must have pissed off somebody and they want to put the photo. They wanted to place this photo to make him look bad. For me, I do feel there is a sense of, there is a sense to where this photo was placed to really as a litmus test how the way people are reacting to Kanye. And even though you were absolutely correct about his ass, he's just all over the place. And no, he's not representative B1. So but also Kyrie showing everyone, okay, you got Kyrie posting a video and he gets suspended. He had to abide by all these rules to get back in. And now look at what happened with look what happened with Jerry Jones. And you posted something on Twitter about the steps he needs to do, which is cool, is apologizing, taking some tolerant classes, and speaking with Minister Farrakhan. But nobody's saying anything about that. When a black person does it, we got to go through all these loops to prove our allegiance or whatever. But when someone does it, just give them sympathies, and it's to me, it's like, that honestly, that photo is like, what, it is what it is. That's what white folks do. They're not gonna, they can just look at it and say, hey, I don't care, I was there, whatever, just, but if a black person does it, it's, hey, they got to, hey, how dare you? You gotta make these white people feel comfortable and stuff. So.
Exactly. No, everything you're saying, brother, is facts. Like you said, when we do it, like you said, and I love what you said. You said it's like we have to prove our allegiance. We got to prove that no, Massa, we would never offend you, Massa. No, we love you. But if we do, that's if we do something. But if they do something, it's swept under the rug. We're making excuses. Oh, he was 14, he was 15. And I love, Brother Rob, how you said, well, what about, you said Tamir Rice, you said, George Steeney, you mentioned the 4 girls who got blown up, with the church bombing. Someone put the Groveland 4 in the chat. No one thinks about that. Not when it's us. We don't get we don't get a chance to just be 14 and 15 and no.
Exactly. And that's the thing. And also, and like I said, going back to the Jews, they what do you call those brown shirts and whatnot and stuff, and those soldiers, 40, 50 years ago, they're on and they could be in a hospice right now. They're like, oh no, you was in concentration camp killing those innocent people and stuff. No, we gotta hold you accountable. Accountability for some white folks has no limits.
Absolutely.
Has no limits. And we should definitely take that type of mind frame.
Absolutely. No, absolutely, Brother Rob. I love when you come through and you drop that fire. You always dropping that fire when you come through, brother. So let me drop a bomb for you. I need to get this bomb ready when you come on here. So let me drop this for you. Thank you so much, Brother Rob. You take it easy, brother.
All right, you too. Peace.
All right, peace. Mr. Pirate Brian, peace and love to you, brother. Go ahead and speak your mind. Got to unmute yourself. I said Brian, Brain.
How are you doing today?
Mr. Pirate Brain. I'm
Brain,
doing fine,
yeah.
I'm doing
Look,
fine.
I wasn't going to correct you. I know you meant well.
How are you doing tonight, warrior? Oh, what happened? Oh, he got to click the link. Come back in. He must have clicked off by accident. Come back in. Come back in, Mr. Pirate. Until he comes back. Oh, there he is. There he is. He's coming back in. Oops. Gotta let him in. Oh, I don't. Come on. He's right there. I don't know what's going on. Oh man. I don't know what's going on. Brother Malik X, go ahead. You have the floor. I see until he gets on.
All right, peace, sister, Dr. Matt. Here's the thing. When this story first broke, I got my own channel, of course. I'm gonna do a video on it myself.
Okay, beautiful.
There's two Jerry Jones videos that surfaced after this photo came up, and the way he answered this nonsense. I'm 14. I was curious. No, you weren't curious. Look at this. You was in an all-white school. He says, honestly, I don't think nobody knows what's going on. That's what he said. Just like that. He knew what the hell was going on. Everybody knew what was going on. Now he said his football coach, because he was trying to make a football team at the time. He said his football coach he got his butt kicked of being there, but he knew exactly what was going on because those white bigots at block of the school more than likely were all of his friends. He was friends with them. And going back to him present day now, telling the players they can't kneel or they have no job, that's basically just slave master mentality. He's basically telling them, you want a job, you're going to pledge allegiance to the flag that basically means nothing to us. And as far as Mr. Smith goes, I call him now Uncle Stephen A. Coon.
Right.
The coonery was obvious.
Yeah.
And I even tweeted something to him in response, and I got my Twitter page locked down. It's unlocked now. Yeah, see, I come with fire. I'm blunt.
I know.
What I said was, hey, look, I don't care how he was 40 and Stephen Smith, you can bring up a photo from 50, 65 years ago. I don't care if it's 65 years, 100 years. We were slaves. We became slaves 4,000 years ago.
Come on.
And this is about 2,000 more years when Yakub created these filthy beasts. You know what I mean? They enslaved us 4,000 years ago. And Stephen A. Coon, if you're listening, and I'm gonna make sure you see this video because I'm gonna tweet it to your Twitter. You need to read some deep Black history books because I've been collecting some. First of all, you need to read Message to the Black Man, Elijah Muhammad. That's on the list. You need to read They Came Before Columbus by Brother Ivan Van Sertima. Also, The African Presence in Ancient America, Ivan Van Sertima. And I got others that you need to read. If you knew the history of our people, if you really knew the history, deep history, look, Sister Matt, we've been on this earth 66 trillion years. We're the first, the last, the only. God made us in his image. That's why the black man and black woman is God. We were first, the last, and only. You were grafted, manufactured, and I don't know what Yakub was thinking, but he made an ethnic industrial accident because henceforth, present day, look at the situation. Look what happened. We taught them how to bathe. They came from the Caucasian, Caucasus Mountains, nothing but beasts, and still beasts today. Beasts with badges, beasts in white sheets. So Stephen A. Coon, you love your slave master? Got news for you. Your slave master don't love you back. He never did.
Never did. And never will. I say.
Never will. And I always say, and that's why I said on Twitter, which got me locked out. Once a cracker, raised a cracker, is a cracker for life.
And so they end up, they probably got you. What did they get you for hate speech or something like that?
Yeah, they said, we deemed your Twitter to be a hateful speech. So I use the word cracker in there several times in capital letters. That's what they like.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. So they got
Twitter,
you.
So you can't say what you feel, but on here you can't say what you feel. So that's why I like YouTube.
No, and absolutely, and then also shout out to brother Raheem Shabazz. He was going at Elon Musk, and Elon Musk blocked him on Twitter. And I said, golly, so they're censoring folks, like you said, and blocking folks and getting people's Twitter pages taken down. So the censoring is real, brother. But thank you so much, brother, for coming on and sharing your thoughts. And send me a link so I can check out your live stream when you do your video, brother.
Yeah, I love your channel. I subscribe. Hey, are you on Twitter or Facebook anywhere?
I'm on all of them. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. And so, just shoot me a link. Yeah, shoot me a link so I can check you out.
Link me to your Facebook and your Twitter because I'll friend request you and I'll follow you on Twitter. But I'm gonna send you a link to my channel.
Okay, and I'll throw my Twitter handle in the chat.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Warrior.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Peace, sister.
Peace and love. Baba, what's going on, Baba? Let me unmute you.
Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear, Baba.
Oh, nothing but the same old. Give a shout out to Dr. Ma'at.
Oh, thank you, Baba. Peace and love to you, Baba. How are you?
I tell you, there's no man gonna tell me that he didn't know he was in the picture.
Right.
I'm pretty good. No.
Oh, Baba, you got to cut me off on the other side. You got to cut. So don't listen to that. You have 2 live streams happening. So okay, so he got out of there. So Baba, you got to cut me off of YouTube because it's like you're playing the YouTube video, but you're actually on the show now. So you have to cut me off the YouTube and then join the StreamYard link so that you're in the broadcast with me and not still listening to me on YouTube because there's a delay between the actual live version, like you being on StreamYard with me, and YouTube. I believe it's like a 20-second or 30-second delay. So sometimes when I'm talking to you all in the chat, I'll have to pause and wait, maybe 10, 20 seconds to get a response because there's a delay between me on, StreamYard and talking, and then you all hearing what I'm saying on YouTube. I think it's like a 10-second or 20-second delay. I don't know what that brother's channel was. It says we need to. Yes. I don't know what he didn't say. He just said that he was making a YouTube video, but he didn't tell me his YouTube page, C. Russell, or his YouTube channel. I'm sorry. Baba, you coming back on? There's Baba.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear, Baba.
Okay.
So you got rid of the other one, right?
Yeah, I think I did.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Baba. Oh, Baba, you don't, Baba. You still playing. You got to get off of the YouTube one, Baba. So you still have me playing. You still have me on YouTube while you're listening to me. You actually joined the show and there's a delay happening. Yeah. So Baba, you gotta get out of YouTube. Only click on YouTube, come to the chat to get the link. But once you have the link and you click on the StreamYard link, exit out of YouTube because now you're actually a part of the show. So you don't need to have the YouTube video up. I love my elders. They so cute, aren't they? The elders are so funny, man. The elders come on. Can you hear me, baby? I love when the elders come on. So, Baba, I'm waiting for you. And then I'll close it out with you, Baba. But I'm waiting on you. I see if Baba Gerald Meeks get back up here. And once he comes, family, we'll close it out. But peace to everybody under the sound of my voice. Peace to everyone under the sound of my voice. So I like to say Amani. Amani is peace. Amandala is power, right? So peace and power to everyone under the sound of my voice. So Amani and Amandala to everyone under the sound of my voice. Peace and power to everyone under the sound of my voice. So family, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in. Some of you missed the book club last night. We had the book club popping last night. I see, look, as soon as I talked about the book club, I see brother JT Coin Rings. He's in the chat. As soon as I mentioned the book club, we talked about we discussed chapter 10 of the book, The Color of Law by Richard Rothstein. So there's a clip that Lord Jamal had put out on Instagram that's going around right now. And it's spreading through the internet. And it's Richard Rothstein talking about the creation of Black suburbs. And so so Brother T, he sent it to me and we've been telling people, you got to read the work. Like, it's cool to look at these YouTube videos, but it's much more receipts in that book than just, them not allowing us to move into suburbs, right? In the FHAs, it's so many receipts in that book, man, that we have to read, that we have to know, especially when we're formulating arguments for reparations. So The Color of Law is mandatory reading. If you haven't read it, read it, family. And if you don't feel like reading it and you just want to listen to discussions on each chapter, check out the Read Book Club. All you have to do is go to YouTube, type in aura.e.a.d book club and type in, and you'll see all of the discussions. You'll see everything, family. All right. And so make sure that you check out those discussions. All right. Yesterday, we talked about the techniques that they utilize to suppress Black incomes. Oh my gosh, that chapter was fire last night. And so we have 2 more chapters to read in that book, and then we'll be done. 3 books that we're going to be reading in the first quarter of this year: Slavery by Another Name, When Affirmative Action Was White, and From Here to Equality by Dr. William Sandy Darity. Grab those 3 books and read them with me and Brother JT Coin Rings. 3 books: Slavery by Another Name, where the author goes into depth talking about, Jim Crow. Okay, a lot of stuff that we didn't know about Jim Crow semi-slavery. So Slavery by Another Name, grab that book. Also, family, grab When Affirmative Action Was White, and then grab From Here to Equality by Dr. William Sandy Darity. We're going to be reading those 3 books within, I'm going to say, the first, 4 or 5 months of the year. So grab it, family. And when you get these books, make sure you get it from a Black independent store. Shout out to Everyone's Place in Baltimore. They ship around the country. Shout out to Black and Nobel. I believe they're in Philly. So Positive Vibes in Virginia. So try to make sure that you get your books from Black independent stores. All right, before you run and give Steve Bezos some money. So I see a Queen in the building. Peace, beloved. How you doing, Queen? Can you hear me?
Hey, can you hear me?
You're loud and clear. I hear you, Queen. Go ahead and speak your speak.
Hey,
your speech,
Dr.
Queen.
Mayat, how you doing?
I'm fine, Queen. How about yourself? Peace and
Good.
love to you.
Thanks for having me on. So
No problem,
I
Queen.
came on to say about Jerry Jones. So I do have something to say. So I live in South Carolina, Charleston to be exact.
Okay.
We have so many Cowboy fans here, right? So during the weekend or Sunday or Monday, because I don't watch football anymore. Like I stopped watching football like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. What happened to Kaepernick?
Same here.
And then what happened to a few players who got injured and the league wouldn't pay for their bill, and they were saying something like, oh, Black people brains were already messed up before they came into the NFL. Did you hear anything about that? Yeah, there were some Black players that retired, and they were really sick. So what happened was, like, the NFL would send them to like the neurologist, right? So they were supposed to pay for it, but then they found some like kind of leeway stating that, oh, well, you have to go where we want you to go. That'll make sure that they're not compensated, So every time a Black person would go up to try to get the funding for like the neurologist or something, because it's like probably millions of dollars, they would deny them, so they wouldn't give them money. So this happened like maybe 2 years ago. So this one guy, he's an ex-football player. So he got really sick. Him and his wife started speaking out about it because they cleared him, and they say, yeah, he did qualify for the money for the neurologist because he had brain damage and like stuff was going on with his body. Then they were like, oh, I'm sorry, we made a mistake. Like, we taking that back. Like, no, like, we're not going to pay for this. We're not going to give you a retirement fund or whatever. But there was a big thing going on. So I stopped watching football. And like, quite frankly, I stopped watching basketball too. LeBron James is like one of my biggest sports heroes ever. So I don't even watch basketball anymore. But to get to this, it's like, Jerry Jones 14. We're always held accountable for things that we do when we're young. They're sending boys to prison at young age, teenage ages, 17 years old, 16 years old. They're sending them to prison when they commit crimes and stuff. And I think this was a crime that Jerry Jones involved himself with. It's a crime against Black people. And like they said, they've never had like Black people sit at a high status or whatever in his company, like CEOs, no head coaches, none of that. Like, Black people have never done it before. So I'm just like, when do we get to the point where we just stop altogether supporting these people? When do we stop watching football? Like, our money, like, the NFL, I don't know if this is for sure. I haven't Googled it or researched it. Does the NFL make money off of like the views that people watch on Sunday and Monday?
I'm pretty sure they do. Like, I'm pretty sure they make views off the ratings, and you have the sponsorships, and you get what I'm saying. And people, yeah, they make it. They're making money, man. And my let me mute him. Okay, there we go. Yeah, they're making money, Queen. And so my whole thing, this is what I've come to the realization. Everybody's not going to stop. I would love for us to collectively stop watching, but the reality is everybody's not going to do it. Everybody's
But
not going
like,
to do it.
what needs to happen for people to stop? Like something big has to happen, because it's like they know how many black men on an NFL team. Does anyone know?
I don't know how many players or typically you say how many black players. I know that the teams are majority black players.
No,
but you're saying
who
in total,
owns the team? Who
whites,
owns the
whites,
team?
whites, whites,
That was
whites,
so
whites. That's who owns the
But-
teams.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we have
No equity. That's what you're saying. We don't have any equity. So why support an institution? And this is what I said in my last live stream. Why continue to support an institution where we don't have any equity in it?
and no benefit.
We're not the
it doesn't benefit us as a collective. It doesn't. And I think I think, it's sad to say, but we have to like go through a major struggle. Black folks have to get back to like a major struggle. I'm not saying like suffer to the point, but some things we have to do without in order to get results. Period. We're gonna have to. We consume too much.
We do. We absolutely do. And I just came to the realization that everybody, you know how you want everybody to change and you want people to move and you really want that. Everybody isn't going to make it, Queen. That's just the reality.
Right.
So the only thing that we should be doing right now is connecting with like minds and building with like minds. Because other than that, Queen, everybody's not going to make, everyone is not going to cut off. It's in my family. It's in my family. I'm sitting there like, after this, y'all still going to, he done said, Jerry Jones said, you can't have the inmates running the prison. So he called your players prison. He called them, sorry, he called them inmates. Yeah, Queen, check it out. He called the players inmates and likened the NFL to a prison, and people kept watching it. And the justification in my family, my uncle said to me, well, as long as the black players continue to play, I'm going to watch. Because I'm supporting those black players out there. And that's the reality. The black players are going to continue to play because they created a lifestyle for themselves that they want to hold on to. They're taking care of their families. They didn't achieve this social economic status that many of us don't achieve. And so they're going to continue to play for the money. And then brothers who love the sport and love the players are going to continue to support that. So so that's why I said I'm at a point where I move the way I move. I continue to support and encourage people to move the way I move. And I'm talking about in terms of not supporting that institution. But if they don't do it, that's on them. I'm going to continue to move the way I move, continue to build with like minds. You get what I'm saying? Connect and build with like minds. That's all we can do, Queen. That's all we can do. And everybody's not going to make it.
Right. And then one more thing. During the Kaepernick situation, Jerry Jones, like, he straddled the fence so much. He was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to kneel with them. But as soon as they got on his ass, he said, y'all better not goddamn kneel.
Yep.
Or you're fired.
Yep.
Soon as Trump said those son of a
I remember. Yep, get him off the field. Yep, he's like, yeah. He got on cold. They're on cold.
They're saying 65 years ago, right? If a Klansman was a Klan 50 years ago, it doesn't make him a Klan today. I want to, like, it doesn't make him a Klansman today. He still have those views. He still have those thoughts. The thoughts have been in his mind all this time.
They say people change. I don't think that a zebra ever changes its stripes, but
Well, black folk have never seen him got on a big stage and say anything about changing his ways. And that's the problem.
He didn't say anything. You're right. He just said, well, that was 65 years ago.
Right.
I was a kid. I was back there. He didn't denounce anti-black racism. He didn't say that, I believe, I was there that day and, he didn't denounce anti-black racism at all.
Okay.
He just said, I'm a kid and, I
But
was
the
there.
thing about it, he was 14. He didn't try to stand on the side with the black people to say, hey, this isn't cool. This isn't good. What happened to that part?
Exactly.
Or he was just following the crowd.
Yep, he was just in the crowd. He was just in the crowd as an onlooker. I mean, that's his little story. But I'm with you, Queen.
But
I'm
he was
with
standing on the wrong side of the crowd.
Standing on the wrong
You see
side
what
of the
I'm
crowd.
saying?
That's right. He was with the thugs.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Maya.
Thank you so much, Queen. I appreciate you coming
Have a
in.
good night. Peace.
And you do the same, Queen. Peace and love. Africa the Great. Peace and love, warrior. Unmute your mic. You have the floor. Go in and speak your mind, King.
How you been doing, my sis?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
I love you, and I love you that you don't accept no donations, but I give it, and that's me, and that's how we got to do. Because we love each other.
I love you too.
It's genuine love.
Absolutely.
And we do while we work, how we work.
Absolutely, but you do donate, and I appreciate that because you had brought Baba Barudi's book, Identity. Because we're going to, when the book club do that, we're going to give out the 5 books that you had sent me. So we're going to give that out to the people when we actually comb through that book. But go ahead, brother, speak your mind.
I just come on to tell you that I love your work, and I'm here to support what you do, and I'm always here. Even if you don't want the donations, I'm going to give it anyway. Regardless, they ain't going to stop me from getting my blessings. I love you, sis.
I love you too, Africa the Great. So thank you so much for coming in. But what's your thoughts, warrior? Before you go, I do want to know, what's your thoughts about this whole ordeal? Should Jerry get a pass from us and we say, oh, it was 65 years ago? Or you saying to hell with Jerry? What's your thoughts, warrior?
No, but nobody get no pass. Trust and believe. Life is real.
That's right.
And we don't. Do we falsify life? I mean, we got to be real. There's reality out here, and we're gonna hold people accountable for what they do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I see this now. Jason, you never came in. I don't believe Jason ever came in. Brother Jason, can you hear me? Oh, he said 1 second. He's swallowing something.
Oh, thank you. I can hear you perfectly fine. Can you hear me? Please say yes.
Yes, I can hear you, brother Jason. Brother Africa the Great. Did you want to stay on, or what did you want to build, or you
can take me off.
He said, all right.
But I always support you. You know I got you.
And I appreciate you.
And don't discourage people from supporting. We ain't don't pass the preaching. Trust and believe.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I give to you, make the people give, because this is what we do. It's Black Power. It's our time. Get
Black
the money.
Power. Black Power. Love you too, King. Peace and love.
All the time.
Brother Jason, you have the floor, brother Jason.
Outstanding. First thing I want to go off, I had to write some things down so I can stay on track. Peace and blessings, Dr. Ma'at. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for the platform. Thank you for the consciousness raising. Thank you for the teaching the engineers. Thank you for helping out Zayak. It's just like a whole list, but again, thank you so much.
I appreciate you. Appreciate your words and your support.
I also want to say peace and love to the fam or diaspora, however you want to put it. But there's a lot of us who's just confused, that don't see what's happening in front of their eyes because they've been trained not to see it. And again, just growing up in America, growing up anywhere where you got palm color people, holding you down, however you want to say it. But trying to keep on track. So you mentioned Stephen A., Shaq, Charles Barkley, the Boule, the gatekeepers of anybody who getting their back from Massa. Okay, however you want to put that category into place.
Right.
What was messing with me? You've learned freedom ain't free. They teach you this with 4th of July. With support the troops. So on and so forth. So you've heard it before. If you over 20, over 30, if you're in the service, if you want freedom, you got to fight for it. Now, right. I'm not saying everybody a warrior. I'm not trying to say that, but I've known if you also are above 30, you've heard of the power of the spending power that we got.
Right. That's right.
I'm not saying you got to pick up a gun, but you could damn sure hold $1. Forgive my language. And what I mean by that is, and I wrote something else down because you mentioned the whole Cowboys owner. I don't really care about his name, but I do want to equate him to Bill Cosby when you talk about get a pass. Did they let Bill Cosby go? So that's my answer to that, because it's more recent than the Nazis. But if they go see a Nazi, they're gonna grab him up too. So
that's right.
All I'm trying to say is, if you are gonna be out here complaining and whining about this ain't right, that ain't right, okay, what are you gonna do about it? You gonna hold that dollar? You gonna shut up and put your money where your mouth is and build these institutions so you ain't got to put up with it? Or you just gonna keep whining? Because if you're gonna keep whining, I don't want to hear it. I'm done hearing about it. You know, so that's because you are where you are. For the people who are listening that want to complain about it, but you want to go get Nike, you want to go rock Adidas, you want to go get Balenciaga with the pedophile,
right.
You want to go get Gucci, like you don't even want to do your research. I mean, Google's a mother. Like Richard Pryor would say about Coke. Google is a hell of a drug, and I don't even want to say it's a negative, but the knowledge. If you care enough to go look, it's there, and a flood of it's there, and it's to the point where you gotta take a moment to step away from it and process, because there's so much of it if you care enough to look. So for those who are comfortable, because if you're not going to hold your dollar, if you're going to get them Nikes, if you're going to go to McDonald's knowing it's killing you, if you eating cancer and you know it's killing you because we told you, and you're comfortable with getting your ass kicked by the police, and comfortable with the politicians giving you lip service, Raphael Warlock, or however you want to do it. But again, if you're comfortable with lip service, then I just need you to stand over there so I know who I'm dealing with. And I'm trying my best not to use the curse words, but
no, I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. I co-sign everything that you just said. We sit up here and we complain, and then we go and support the people. So look at what they did to Kyrie, but that didn't stop you from buying Nike.
That ain't stop you from looking at the game.
Come on, didn't stop you from looking at the game. Come on.
That ain't stop you from putting money on DraftKings. And I ain't knocking people who only know sports, but that foot on your neck hurt. The person with the foot of your neck on the team.
That's right.
So you got to pay that light bill and not them.
That's right.
Like you bought the TV, you looking at it on. So just make it make sense. Like this foot hurt, so I'm not going to do anything that allows the foot to get strength.
Come on.
At least that's my view.
Come on, no, that's real. That's real.
No. Think about it this way: 2 + 2 = 4. Now, 4 is liberation. 2 + 2 is what needs to be done to get liberation. You either have the will to do it or you don't. Like I said, if you don't, stand the fuck over there. So I know who I'm dealing with.
That's right.
And I'll land my plane there, but freedom ain't free. So you either gonna complain or you gonna stand up.
Are you gonna stand up? Ashe warrior. Thank you so much for coming in, brother Jason. I appreciate those powerful words, warrior. Appreciate your powerful words, brother.
It's time for us to hear it. I mean, I don't know where y'all at in the state I'm in, but it's time to start building. It's time to get away from the bag you've been on. It's time. Forgive me. The same thing that was in the air, in my opinion.
Sister BJ, did he break up or is it me?
No, he broke up. He's like totally frozen.
Okay, so I'll let him go. But brother Jason, thank you so much, King, for coming on, man. That was just some powerful words. And so I will close it out with you, Sister BJ. Peace and love to you, Queen. How you doing?
Peace and love to you. I mean, how many days, how many nights, how many moons, how many suns have to rise before we see When a person shows you who they are,
believe them.
Believe them. Took me a minute to discover what they actually meant. But once I knew, I said it doesn't apply to just one person. It's every person.
That's right.
Jerry Jones look at those players as his property. And I understand as far as the players, there's an opportunity to get out the situation that they're living in. That's a lot of money, yada, yada, yada. But we have to stop sitting down and talking and start to have actions.
That's right.
And consequences. That's one thing we have to love about our forefathers who were in the our mothers who were in the civil rights movement. They acted. They shut things down.
Yes,
we just
did.
like to talk and tweet, and tomorrow everything is going to be the same. And because we're in these isolated, chat rooms, cities, we're so ingrained within the system, and that's probably why they started letting us come into these corporations, because they knew they could control us financially. So that means our powers were weakened. But now it's like enough is enough. How much blood on the streets do we have to keep mopping up before we say enough is enough?
Right. Exactly.
They have not changed the way they view us, and to the point that they have conditioned us to believe what they view us as. Oh, they're animals, they're this, they're killers, they're this. Wait. You came over to another continent and stole all the people and brought them over on slave ships, but I'm the killer?
Right. Come on, sis.
I should be held accountable for my actions, but your actions is, well, that was a long time ago. But if it's a long time ago and your views haven't changed, then that's not a long time ago. That's yesterday. That's 3 seconds ago.
That's right. Because they never changed.
And until we start saying, oh, okay, you really do hate me, I'm done with you. But if you keep feeding the beast is only going to get bigger and more powerful. And we keep giving every nickel, quarter, dollar, anything they flash in front of our faces. Let me jump on wearing this, buying that. So it shows I'm a man, I'm a woman, I have value. How does another man's trinkets give you value? You should have value within yourself.
Sister BJ on fire tonight.
And
so how does another man trinkets? How does another man trinkets? Say that one more time, sister.
How does another man's trinkets give you value? You should have value within yourself.
Oh, hold on. I gotta drop a bomb for you. Oh my goodness. Go ahead, Queen. Keep on building. I'm listening.
And because if we don't see it's within us, we'll never get out of this bondage. You can't buy enough jewels, t-shirts, letters on it, other people's names, and put on your body to give you value.
Value.
Because all that spending $700-800 for a t-shirt is making another several generations on top of your 400 years of slavery and all the other stuff, even more wealthy. So how are you going to ever compete with that if you keep giving everything to somebody else who's giving you nothing in return?
Facts.
We have to stop it. We just stop. Just stop. It's before the end of the year. Just say, I'm not going to go 1 week out of the month of December and buy nothing from anybody who don't look like me and who don't support me.
I wonder if brothers and sisters even had that amount of discipline. I'm with it. Look, see Russell like, yes. He's shaking his head like, yes. Like, yes.
Absolutely. That's what you got people out here doing it. I'm doing it. I started my journey a couple of years ago. And I tell you all about it when it's my turn up. I don't mean to get in front of the brother, but absolutely, you have people out here who had the will, if they are just as tired as the sister is. Yeah, we started to inch towards self-sufficiency. If you look about what happened with Trump and white supremacists started getting out of hand, and we started looking at, wait a minute, we probably need to start sourcing products from people who look like us, because it's getting kind of crazy at the grocery store.
That's right.
Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and mute my mic. I got a whole lot to say, but I'm gonna get out the way.
Go ahead, Sister BJ.
You know, and the thing is, because I saw the systematic demise of my community, and it was very strategic on how they did it. And I understand why the young people have this view, because they lost their mothers, they lost their fathers, they lost their grandmothers. So there's a total disconnect. So they only can see what's being presented in front of them. Well, you're a killer. You trap this, trap, because that's all they're seeing, and it's constantly being fed into their heads. We used to be the most conservative group of people, and now all of a sudden it's like, am I in a zoo? And they strategically, systematically did this to us, and we never held them accountable. And what's even worse, we never told those stories on why and what was the cause of it, and how we have never benefited from none of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you so much for letting me speak, but we gotta wake up. And not just wake up, but wake up and start moving.
Wake up and start moving. I'm with you. Well, thank you so much, Sister BJ. I gotta drop this for you. Fire! 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 Thank you so much, Queen, for always
you guys
coming
all
in and
have
dropping
a blessed
it.
evening.
You do the same.
I try to tell the story, because I know a lot of the young people, they don't really understand. And the beautiful book of The Color of Law, because after I read that, I understood even deeper how systematically all this has been done to us.
Absolutely.
Not just during the 19th century.
No. Nope.
But
absolutely
18th century, the 17th century. So it's still going on today. Because it's now like clockwork. It's automatic.
Absolutely.
It's ingrained in every avenue of this country's existence.
Absolutely.
So therefore, why would Jerry Jones think he did anything wrong?
Exactly. That's why I tell people, they talk about we got to reform the system. No, tear it down. Ain't no damn reforming the system. Destroy the system.
How
Ain't
you
no reforming the system.
A system that only involves the people who look like us, who are members of that system? Why am I going to tear down a system that feeds me?
But since Sister BJ, I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic to Baba Kwame. I know Baba been waiting patiently to speak his speech. So thank you so much, Sister BJ, for coming on and dropping that knowledge. Peace and love to you, beloved.
Peace and your love. Take care, everyone. Bye.
You do the same. Bye-bye. Baba Kwame. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, Baba. You go ahead and speak your speech. Hold on. Wait, I got another.
Peace.
Speak your speech.
Dr. Ma'at.
Speak your speech.
And to everybody, in the chat. When you start really loving Black people, you'll spend your money like it. Those of us that really love Black people, the brother just mentioned it a few minutes ago, our behavior changed. Dr. Claude Anderson told us how we should be behaving. And so most of us don't behave like that because we work hard. We want to spend our monies with our enemies. We thinking that their ice water is colder, and we just won't do it. And so we have to be taught these things. We have to be taught these things. If you're going, if the New York Knicks and the NBA is going to disrespect Kyrie Irving and do what they did to that young man who was a good brother, then guess what? We're gonna show you. We're gonna show you. We're not going to your games no more. We're not tuning in. We're not wearing your memorabilia. You can always do something. You always can do something. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be fighting back. I was so happy to see the Hebrew Israelites come out there organized. I'm not a Hebrew Israelite. I do not subscribe to much of their philosophy, but I was so glad to see those brothers stand up for our brother and march and has shut that entire street down. And that's what we can do when we begin to organize. We got people all over this country that's fighting for black people. And so everybody needs to get in where they fit in. I'm calling out the black church. Y'all ain't doing shit. We don't hear nothing from the black church. I'm calling out your sorority and your fraternity. They ain't shit but gatekeepers of white supremacy. I'm calling out Black Lives Matter. We already know what they about. George Soros funds them. So they're not going to do anything. I'm calling out all of these organizations. The NAACP ain't said a damn thing about what they did to Kyrie Irving. They ain't said nothing. The Congressional Black Caucus is another one, who is a Congressional Black Caucasians. That's what I call them. The Congressional Black Caucasian. You ain't done nothing about this issue. They have done absolutely nothing for fighting for black people. So we, the people that are on the ground, have got to do it. We cannot sit back and wait for these boulets to do something. So personally, my family still celebrate Christmas. I'm not going to fight them. I asked them to come to Kwanzaa with me. And they have agreed. And we've been doing this for like 5 years or more. We've been doing this for more than 5 years. They don't know anything about the principles of Kwanzaa. They don't know anything. But they put on their dashikis that one day and they come. And eventually, I'm hoping to catch hold and they will do more. I do buy gifts, but every 100% of the gifts that I bought come from a black business. 100% come from a black business. I will not give any gifts that don't come from us. I give books. I bought tennis shoes from Naked Footwear. I bought books from Everyone's Place. She mentioned Everyone's Place. These are the kind of things that we can do with our dollars and make a difference. When they start seeing their finances decline, then people be ready to jump off buildings and stuff like that, because they're saying, okay, we're not spending money like we used to, throwing our money away on Gucci, throwing our money away on this, throwing our money away on that. No, we're going to do something more productive with our money. We need to support our black institutions. In Mwalimu Baruti down in Atlanta, the sister down in Mississippi that got the weekend school, Baba Imhotep and right there in Baltimore where Dr. Mahat is. He has a weekend school. We have to support our own institutions. And so that's why I called out all of these people. All of these people I just named got millions of dollars of access to millions of dollars, and they won't even funnel it back to us. So yes, I know that they're big on voting and all that, and I vote sometime and I don't vote. They're not showing me any candidates that give a damn about black people. When you give me a candidate that gives a damn about black people, then I will vote for them. But we got so much work to do right in our own homes, and it can start with us. So I'm not going to take up much more time, but if you love black people, I'm going to tell you now, you're going to spend your money with them. And I know we have a hard time dealing with our folk. We hold us to a higher, we hold us higher, more accountable than we would hold a Jerry Jones. We don't give a damn, Jerry Jones, that you were 16, 17, 18 years old. You did what you did. You still haven't come out and you haven't denounced white supremacy. You told your players that you better not kneel. And Colin Kaepernick did this because of black men, especially, being shot down in the streets like dogs by police. Now everybody should be on board for that.
Come on.
But you see exactly where these people are because of what they throw their support behind. We can't trust our politicians. We see what Barack Obama did when he got in, and I know I'm all over the place. Barack Obama, he signed the blue law protecting the police. That's what he did. He protected everybody except black folks. So, Dr. Maha, it is up to us. I see your show. I seen you to have Baruti on. You done had this person on. You had this person. Keep doing what you're doing because it's having an effect. And that's all we want to do is just do our little part. Everybody can do everything Dr. Ma'at do. But damn it, can you go to the bookstore and buy a book for a child this Christmas? I mean, can you go to a black-owned toy store and spend some money in a black-owned toy store? And I know most of us are anti-Christmas and all that, but everybody likes to get a gift. But if you like to give a gift, then what you do is you'll go to a pop-up shop. I went to a pop-up shop in Durham this past weekend, and I took my wife with me. She said she spent like a couple of $100 in there, and I was glad. Because I already know that sister gonna spend with the white folks. And I told her, I said, listen, you can't be spending all this damn money with these white people. Go spend some money with some of our people. So, Dr. Ma'at, keep working. The battle, we keep fighting these battles, and we're gonna keep fighting. And thank you for having an open forum to give us allow a chance to speak and speak our piece. I am not playing with these white folks. I'm not playing with them. This is not a joke to me. I have no white friends. I'm gonna tell some of y'all. Y'all got white friends on social media and all that. You make my head itch because it just shows me that you're too close to the enemy. If you're too close to the enemy, y'all stop sending those children to these white institutions. Y'all keep sending them to the white institutions because you actually believe that they're better. There's no better teacher than Baba Baruch.
Come on, Baba.
Marcus Klein's in Chicago.
Come on, and they got, Baba Amin, and Mama and Koyo
down in South Carolina. There's Baba Amin in South Carolina, right?
Yeah, he's in South Carolina now. Yeah,
he's in South Carolina. Exactly. We've got great teachers that can teach our children about themselves. I went to an event in Baltimore where Ashar Kwesi was at, and I'm gonna finish with this. Ashar Kwesi said the only reason our young men are killing each other out here in this street is because they don't know who they are.
Facts.
That's the only reason. It's because they don't know who they are. So when we learn who you are, I got 5 daughters. I'm not going to allow my daughter to hurt your daughter. I'm not going to allow my children to hurt your children. And we got to adopt the same philosophy when it comes to black people and loving our people, because we are a great people.
That's right.
We are great people. And so we are in a place, in a country that don't give a damn about none of us. We all in the same boat. So Dr. Ma'at, keep fighting, sister. Keep fighting. Black power to you.
Black power, Bob. I got to drop a bomb for you, Bob. Hold up, Bob.
Fire!
Man, Baba killed that. Baba came in and burned up the stage, blew it up. But Baba, before you go, I got to give you your flowers. I bear witness when you talk about supporting black-owned businesses. I can't tell you, family, I can't tell you how many times Baba Kwame has come to me and purchased the Meltrek program.
And I need some. I need some soon. When I get back to Baltimore, I'm gonna come back and see you. I need some.
I'm telling you, family, the DVDs, the books, the activity books, the story books. Baba, when I say that he supports black-owned businesses and he's a huge advocate of black-owned businesses, Baba is one of the very few people that I know who walk it how he talks it. Everything that he said to you all on this live stream, I bear witness that is true, from the things that he's doing with his families to supporting black-owned businesses to supporting African-centered institutions. Baba's about it. Baba is about it.
Yeah.
So if walk it how I talk it was a person, it'd be Baba Kwame. And so with that, Baba, I salute you. Thank you so much, Baba.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
See, Russell. I said, is this brother going to come on and stay on? You keep coming in, drop it down, coming in, drop it down, coming in, drop it down.
I was trying to read the chat, and every time I read the chat, I press the back button as opposed to just paying attention like I should. I apologize. That brother had me. I tell you what, he had me going, and I knew that chat was going crazy.
Oh, Baba came in with that warrior spirit.
And
absolutely. That warrior knowledge and that warrior voice and that warrior heart. And he just that's why I said Baba came in and blew the stage up and walked out.
Blew the roof off and then left. All right, see Russell, you next. Man, I don't want to be next.
Like he said, nobody want to go after
I really
Baba.
don't, bro. But to be honest, I mean, I'm trying to figure out. A lot of times, the only thing I worried about is a few things. I'm trying to remember some of what I said. Um, some of what was said. A few of the things. One of them said we need to support black business. I agree with the brother wholeheartedly.
Absolutely.
But for some reason, that means that registers in our head to pay your bills and to go get everything you need for the grocery and spend all the money you need to spend in white society. And the last couple of dollars you get, you gonna make a purchase out of charities for charity's sake. No, um, I think we should. I'm just trying to move the community forward. I'm not making any accusation. I don't have a problem with the brother said it. I just wanted to jump in. I was like, you know what? We need to patronize black businesses. This is what I had to do for myself.
Mhm.
Now, I don't even drink liquor the way I used to when I first started the journey, but I got black on liquor on my shelf, and it's been there for a while. When it ran out here in Atlanta, instead of that, I just wanted one bottle so I could give it to somebody. They were looking for it. I told them about it, and anyway, I ended up being in the Midwest, and they had a whole case, so I bought the whole case. Um, uh, we generally don't poison our bodies the way we used to. Thank God for that. Well,
Jay,
same thing with my artwork. My artwork. My artwork. I have pieces that I bought years ago. I've always loved black art. $100, $200, $50. I mean, they're worth 4, 5, 10,000, 15, $20,000 now. Okay,
Mhm.
those same art pieces, Charles Bibbs, Thomas Blackshear. What I'm trying to say is when I mean, just because you spend money in your community, invest in your community, don't mean you get the short end of the stick. You get value for what you put into your community. There's value for what you put into your community. The same thing with So I was okay with those things, and I decided, okay, I want for when I go to the store. If I go to Walmart, I want for not to have to buy anything from the toiletry shelf or anything that I got to buy on a monthly basis, toilet paper, toothpaste, mouthwash, oral care products, deodorant, whatever the case should be. All those, if we just start there, the same dollar that you'd be spending out there on the shelf at the dollar store, you could spend with black businesses. I bought from several different corporations, several different companies. Like I told you before, we was on the show. Back when we had Tissue Gate.
Right.
People were talking about they couldn't find tissue on the shelf. It was hard to find tissue everywhere. And that's a lie because you started trying to go to Walmart, but you had three black businesses that was on Instagram saying we got whole warehouses full of this stuff. Why are you waiting on toilet paper, bruh?
Right.
Your community had the hookup, really.
Yeah,
We
and then
really got
Freedom Paper right here in Baltimore. It's a brother.
Yeah.
His name is Kamos. I may be mispronouncing the brother's name, but
No,
Freedom
we
Paper.
bought for Freedom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Freedom Paper right here in Baltimore. We go over there and buy big boxes from that brother in his warehouse.
We got we got our stuff shipped from Freedom, from Cosmic Nine. We got two. It was two other companies. I stopped ordering it. Let one of the ladies in the family. They started ordering. Everybody get their boxes. Same thing with the oral care products or whatever the case would be. Now finally when I go to Walmart, um, I don't really have much of anything to buy, so I stopped going to Walmart. Now I get to go to the grocery store. Well, I've been finding people at local farms that supply us exactly what we need from the grocery store.
Exactly,
So,
brother. And then, brother, I want to mention you got Tubman batteries. Those are the batteries that's on my wall. Like, I don't know if you all could see behind me. Literally, they're like rechargeable batteries. Tubman battery. You have Coral Oral, so you can buy your toothbrush. You got
yes.
the oh my goodness, the Wonder
Don't
Bread.
make me go around this house.
The
I'm about to
bread.
go around.
Don't go to house.
I was about to go do everything I got. I'm talking about there's
You got the
nothing.
bread. Look, we got the black owned bread. You get what I'm saying? The brothers that
bread,
had the black owned bread. We got the gardeners.
light bulbs,
yes, light bulbs. So
oral
it's
care
like
products,
come on.
deodorant that actually work.
Right, come on.
I mean, I'm just saying. What does everything that you got you need? All you got to do is go out there and find it. It's not far. Think about it. And I was preaching this. I was trying to make this comparison. This is what the Jews did before they became popular as of late. Before they became popular as of late, I was telling people after World War II, 46, 47, 48, right, somewhere around in the 50s. to 2000. That would have been, we'll say, roughly 50 years
Mhm.
from internment camps to the United States and owning most of it and controlling a large portion of only took 50 years. It took right at about my lifetime only for them to work together. That's it. They didn't jump up and have a problem because whenever they came here and what's that up in I think it was up in New York. They had real big issues with the Jews and anybody who came over on the ships, anybody who might have been a communist. So they called everybody communist. Hell, they called Martin Luther King communist. But anyway, so anybody that wasn't a pure blood white man in America,
Mhm.
they had problems with, including the Jews. So they came here, they had a little bit of pushback or whatever the case should be, but they built, and that's what I'm saying. This is, I know I'm not patting them on the back. I'm saying this is a blueprint for us, not forever, just for a short period of time if we chose to stick together. That's it. That's it.
Mm.
Matter of fact, all I want you to do is just hang with me about 40, 50 years, and if you decide to go your own way, that's fine. But at that point, we would be able to control a decent enough amount to where we would see the value in supporting each other's agenda. The brother said that he didn't know that he's not a Hebrew Israelite. Well, he looked like one, and I might look like one too. But when I saw them brothers out there running, I don't have to be one to be moved by them the way they did.
That's
They were
right.
moving on behalf of our brother. And I don't need to be a Hebrew Israelite to say, you know
To
what, man,
support
I
that.
support that. Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that's all we need to do is we just need to support agendas that support us, regardless of what your religion is. Religion, like Claude Anderson said, that's a vertical issue. That's a horizontal issue. That's not a vertical issue. So regardless of what your belief system is, what sect you're from, what circle seven, or what percent you're from, whatever the case may be, make sure you support agendas that support your whole community and people who look like you. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I want to just chime in and say this too, as far as supporting black owned businesses. So a lot of times, we say support black owned businesses, support black owned businesses. We got to support black owned businesses. And I'm all for that, brother. But I want to make sure, family, that when we are supporting black owned businesses, we are supporting black owned businesses who support us. Because all skin folk ain't kinfolk. So I just wanted to put that out there to the people. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because some of the people we
Absolutely.
get into the habit like we just want to support you because you black. You get what I'm
Nah,
saying? And then you
nah.
got some of these people out here. They go out here, they start businesses, but then you find out that they're
Their money's
exploiting
over on
their
the white side of things. Yeah.
come on, they're exploiting black employees and all
Mhm.
kinds of stuff. So we want to make sure that we support black owned businesses who have a black first agenda. All right, brother,
Mhm.
but go ahead, brother.
Anyway, man, I appreciate you. Not man, I'm sorry, doctor. I appreciate you for having me on. I'm getting all slack tongue, and I need to have some decorum when we in this place. But
No, we talking like we in the living room kicking it right now, But go ahead, brother.
absolutely.
I'm with you,
I,
brother.
I agree with everything, but another thing that I want to speak to is it seemed that the young lady, I forgot her name earlier, she was a little bit worried. She was like, "Yeah, we got to stick together," and then another saying that he don't want to hear nothing else about. I said, "Yeah, you know what? You're right. We need to have these conversations." You probably saw me cutting up in the chat. I was carrying on. I was like, you know what? I got a problem with it. I fault him. No, we don't need to try to save him. No, we don't need to send him no books. We need to keep clowning the way he clowned him and let him take his ass on. Let that be it.
right.
At some point, if you can't gatekeep your community, if you can't you heard what I said. If you
That's
can't
right.
gatekeep your
Gatekeep your
community,
community. I heard you.
which means you keep people out and away from taking away your equity. You notice all we gotta do is just post whatever the latest thing is. Next thing you know, people in Japan making money off of it. The same content. I ain't never seen shows called struggle meals. Nigga, that was just a way of life for us. You got people making millions of dollars off of our lifestyle. So we
Facts.
got to gatekeep our community. People don't like to say that. They tend to want to share with everybody. Nope. Gatekeep your community. That includes keeping the people outside who can extract from our community, number one. And number two, That also means discipline. Have what we're going to say discipline, but that's us having conversations with each other. We've got to somebody's got to identify where, hey, that's off code. And most of the time when people say that's off code, you also see some more things that I saw in the chat, which is how do I support a white organization that's not a black organization that's not backed by money? Well, it depends on the organization, but the difference is when it comes to banking, which is what the comment was for. When it comes to banking, um, every bank is backed by white money. Every
Facts.
bank is backed by white money. The difference
Facts.
is the liberty that the powers that be that the presidents of our institutions they give a larger portion back to the community. You understand what I'm saying? If they want to come take it all, they can come take it all. We already know that. But at least we got liberty to be able to do what we want to with ours. You know what I'm saying? So you got to
Absolutely.
support black banks. And they ain't talking about banks that have black people in front of them, that's co-sign them or whatever. I'm talking about actual black
Black
institutions.
institutions. And let me say this before I let you go, brother. And you may remember Dr. Claude Anderson, and I want you all to help me out in the chat. Remember, he said that we should have an award each year. I want to say I'm calling it the Coon Award, but it was actually a person's name he mentioned, and it was a person who I believe told on gave the master a heads up about a rebellion. I forgot.
Yeah.
I think it started with a H. Family, help me
Mhm.
out in the chat. And he was saying that each year we should have that, an award. We should give that award out to someone.
Well,
Tell me your
we know who that will go to this year.
yeah. So
I
we
got an
need to
idea.
we need to make sure, family. See, look at this. Coon superiors in the building. We know when we have a an agent in the building. But anyway, so yeah, it's like it's the I forgot the name of the award, but Dr. Claude Anderson said that every year we should give out this award to somebody, and I'm thinking, family, that at the top of the year in January, I want you all to send your donations. I want you all to send your donation, your nomination. I said donation, your nomination dr.maat.msu@gmail.com. And I think, brother, the top of the year, let's have an award show, virtual award show, where we call out the foolery, we call out the coonery in the community. I think, brother, we need to purge. Actually, we need to
Yeah.
purge. You get what I'm saying? And create a demarcation line, right? To say, hey, we're
Yes.
not them and they're not us. They don't
Oh, oh,
speak for us and they don't speak for the black community, and make that clear. It needs
we
to
have
be
to
a line
delineate.
drawn right in the sand. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Absolutely.
here's the thing. Like I said, we have to gatekeep our culture, and all we're doing is the same thing that everybody else is doing, but people have always felt free to be able to dip over here where we at, get a little bit, or get a whole bit, a whole lot of bit, and then turn around and leave without having any accountability. Look at what's happening in Africa. Look at what's happening in hip hop. Look at what's happening when it comes to our culture, just everyday cooking. Look at what's happening with our dance or the way we look or whatever. I don't care what it is. They're gonna jump over there and get their bag. They're gonna get an idea and then turn around and go and monetize it.
Absolutely.
Um, yeah, but one more thing I wanted to say, Doc, and I'm gonna let you go. I promise I'm gonna let you go. In the chat, you had people saying, "What are these sites?" and put these sites in the chat. Um, people, we it's too many sites. Matter of fact, you had one was that Sean Puffy Combs. He was like, I'm gonna come out with my own black app that has black business, and we got in his ass and said, no, we got enough of them. If you want to partner with somebody, partner with somebody. We don't
That's
come out
right.
here and people been in the game for years trying to get their apps and trying to get their software to grow, building these lists, and then you gonna come and just swipe it out from under my feet and then call it yours. Nah, that's not what's gonna happen. You set your ass right. If you want to be a part of the community, fine. If not, take your ass back over there and you dance in your little videos if you want to.
That's
I
right.
mean, shouts out to Comb and no, not, but for real, at some point we have to be community. And you got the official Black Wall Street. You got if you can train your phone people whenever you look for black products and people who review black products, those black posts are going to pop up on your phone, whether it be Facebook or Instagram or what have you. You got a lot of people. All you got to put in, if I guarantee you, if you put in Black Wall Street, you're gonna have 5 different ones that pop up. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I can't. I mean, for me, when I started shopping for oral care products, I went through about 3 different, and I loved all of them. One that I stuck with, and that was pretty cool. But I mean, the same thing with liquor. You have, do you know you got many people that have liquor, black owned people that have liquor brands, wineries, um,
I actually purchased some. It's a brother in
homebrew.
Baltimore. Brother in Baltimore. He has wines here that he
They have
sells. Yeah.
they have whole groups of people that get them. Like when might come to Atlanta, they come from whatever state they're gonna come, but they got hundreds of people that own these brands. It's not 1, 2, 3, or 5. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's really ridiculous the amount of people that are out here giving, that look like us, that are making the things that we need.
That's
It's
right.
it's I mean, I could put a few in here, but I'd really be just, I don't know, that'd be a drop in the ocean based on, it's a lot of us out here.
Or we could send them to We Buy Black. I know that's a platform that
Yeah,
has,
that's another one.
a lot of, black owned businesses there. So We Buy Black, .com. So they can go there. But brother, I gotta let you go because I
Yeah, because I
gotta
could talk
close
all
out. I've
day.
been
Love
on
you
here.
big,
Yeah,
doctor.
love you too, brother. You take care.
All right. Bye.
Peace and love. All right, family. So Baba Kwame, he mentioned Kwanzaa. I want to show you this flyer really quickly before I let you go. Make sure, family, that you get your tickets if you're in the DMV area. If you are in the DMV area, make sure that you come on out to the annual Kwanzaa event that is hosted by NSAA African Creations. It's going to be a Black-owned business marketplace there. I'm going to be there to give a short lecture on the origins of Kwanzaa. And so it's taking place on Sunday, December the 18th, from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. at St. Matthew's Church, right in Baltimore, Maryland. So family, make sure that you come on out if you're in the DMV area to this beautiful Kwanzaa event that's happening on Sunday, December the 18th. So it's actually happening maybe a week, well, about 8 days before Kwanzaa, but I'm pretty sure that's due to logistics. And so anyway, family, make sure that you come on out. Okay, support the event if you're in the DMV area. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, family. Make sure that you take a moment out to thumb up, family, thumb up. Some of you came in here, got this good old information, this good old conversation, and you didn't thumb up the video. Make sure that you thumb up this video. Also, family, make sure that if you're watching on another platform, head on over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, and then click the notification bell so that whenever I go live, you are notified. Also, family, make sure that you share this discussion on all social media platforms. I'm on Twitter, I'm on TikTok, I'm on IG, I'm on Facebook. So make sure, family, that you share this discussion on all social media platforms. And lastly, family, I will be back live, all right, this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be talking with Dr. William Sandy Darity about reparations. And so we're going to go all the way in and have a discussion on, not so much that we're owed reparations and what is it and all of that stuff, because we established that in the first interview. But this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the questions that I have for him are more so of how do we go about getting it? What should we be doing in our communities, right? How should we organize, and go after, reparations? So that's the sort of conversation that's going to take place this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So thank you so much, family, for joining in. Enjoy the rest of your evening, okay? I would say Amani, peace, Amanda La Power. So peace and power to your family.